The end of Rome, and the end of homework videos for the 2016 school year. Quite sad, or exciting, maybe both. Sadly exciting. Kind of like this picture. Sadly exciting, or excitingly sad. Either way, it's exciting and sad. So Rome, as all good things, must come to an end. And this video is going to run through approximately 400 years of history, so if you're looking at a comprehensive look at the fall of Rome, this is not the one for you. However, if you're looking to see the last 400 years of Rome, hey, this is it. Alright, we last left off in school with Caesar, who was murdered. And after the murder of Caesar, we know a few things. So we have Jesus of Nazareth coming up. We have a new religion rising in the face of a new emperor, Augustus, being deified, being seen as a god. Augustus also carries out a great deal of murders on senators who were responsible for a variety of deaths of Caesar. So pretty quickly after Caesar, there's a lot of turmoil in Rome. However, it gets worse. We have people like Caligula, who is a crazy person and emperor. He nominates his horse to be consul, which may or may not be a true story, but certainly was written by Romans. So we know that for a fact he was a crazy man. We also have Emperor Nero, who, apart from also not running the Roman Empire very well, he actually is mostly blamed for burning Rome to the ground, and not simply ordering Rome to burn to the ground, but actually starting the fire himself. But don't worry, Rome does get better, and especially when it comes to expansion. Rome spreads out pretty far in the next about 75 years after we're looking at the death of Jesus and the rise of Augustus. And namely, much of this can be pointed to Trajan, who expands all the way into Britain. Certainly Caesar invaded Britain too, but Trajan is able to go pretty far into the island of Britain, and also spread out all the way over here. It's cut off at the bottom a bit, but Egypt is also now part of Rome. We have some African places too. So Rome has expanded greatly. And once it's expanded this far, then there's not really a lot of enemies left for Rome to fight. And it really allows them to be stable and allow them to focus on other things. And especially after Emperor Trajan comes along, Rome starts building new things. Certainly Trajan is responsible for a great deal of buildings in Rome, many of which still exist today. So 2,000 years old. Good job, Trajan. After Trajan, we have Emperor Hadrian, who up here in the north of Britain builds Hadrian's Wall. And it separates the Roman Britain areas from what's today Scotland, where there are much more hostile tribes up there before that. So we have a great deal of expansion up into Britain by Hadrian as well as Trajan. And with this empire being so large, for a while Rome does very well at managing it. And even though the distances are really far, there's a few things that allow Rome to succeed. And one of the first things is roads. So we've already looked at the construction of Roman roads, but with these very strong roads that still exist, as you can see today, Rome is able to transport both military as well as economic people. So it allows for communication throughout the Roman Empire, as well as the transport of goods and services. Rome also, as we quite well know, has a very well organized military. So if any problems do occur, if any issues do arise, military can get there rather quickly. So provinces, different parts of Rome feel protected and have no real desire to break off. Rome is able to put into place a number of taxes, which raises money to maintain all of these extensive infrastructure, these extensive roads. So the taxes are being put to good use to help maintain and keep the empire together. And we also have a very well thought out government. Now, Rome is very far away from the outskirts of the empire, so Rome does not try to manage all the little things in these far off places. So they put into place governors and other people that can rule far away. So it's decentralized. There isn't just one government that rules everything. You have all these small, different governments throughout the empire. And that allows these governments to maintain those places much better and rule the people in a way that's going to make sense. So Rome is in control, but not from the Italian peninsula, managing every little detail about the empire. And this decentralized government allows it to really flourish and different areas to maintain their identity and maintain strength. However, it's all going to come to an end because, as we know, Rome does not exist anymore as an empire. However, it does exist as a city, so that's still pretty good. So, a lot occurred within the Roman Empire that helped to bring its downfall. And those certainly include infighting. So we have fighting within the Roman Empire. Different factions within the empire are getting armies. So when different groups get stronger military, since remember we're decentralized, there isn't one group that's doing everything, then these militaries within Rome start fighting each other. So when you have more military, you have more fighting. We also have a problem when it comes to money, namely bribes and other issues like that are starting to come into effect, where the money that's being raised by taxes is being spent usually by corrupt people, corrupt leaders who are using the money for their own good. Thus, people are getting mad that Rome is not using the money in a way that it should. We also have a variety of issues when it comes to government. So there starts to be infighting within government leaders, infighting between senators, with the emperor, with different provinces throughout Rome. So, not only are things going on within Rome, and this isn't even to mention, you have issues with religion. People are fighting over religion. People are seeing Rome as becoming a place of moral issues. No one's behaving themselves. We also have issues from the outside. Rome, who is spending the tax money poorly, and the bell rings, Rome is also having issues collecting all the taxes. So when it comes to tax collection, money is decreasing in what is being collected. And we also have invasions. So Rome, very large. When you're that large, it's an easy target. So if you look at this map here, you have invasions from both the south, the north, and the east. So we have Huns coming in, we have the Vandals going through, the Britons being attacked by the Angles and Saxons, the Franks. So we have a great deal of invasions coming from all over. And all of these issues, as well as about 100 more problems, are going to spell the end of Rome. The Western Roman Empire on the left falls the first. In the late 400s, but 480, we have the West falling. And it lasted 1,200 years. So it had a pretty good run at it. The East, on the other hand, the East ends up lasting for another 1,000 years. So the eastern part, this Eastern Roman Empire with Constantinople, it ends up really sticking around for a pretty long time. So Rome now is gone, and we are left to collect the remains.